How's it going? My name is Patrick. I am 29 years old. I do art on the side while working a full-time job. I grew up in Georgia in the United States, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about my artist page, Koba, or Koba. I would describe myself simply and endearingly as a nerd. I would further describe myself as a creative who is passionate about my hobbies, which include art. I also try and find the humor in things. I do works of art in both traditional and digital art. Some of the mediums I use in traditional art are painting, I use charcoal, I use different kinds of inks and pens. I'm pretty good at portraits. Some of the things I do in digital, I've recently dabbled in pixel art. I've done some animations. I make graphics and illustrations. I eventually want to have a much larger presence in digital. Some of the things I want to do are, have a web comic or design a T-shirt or two. Um, get into digital painting. That'd be cool. All right. So the first piece that I ever created was probably like something Dragon Ball Z related. Because in school, I really liked that show. That show was my cup of tea. Um, and I would try and I think the characters really had a imprint on me. So I really wanted to mimic that style. Like I thought it was so cool. So I tried to, do art, like drawings in class related to Dragon Ball Z. I forgot to describe it. So basically, it's like these super powered humans. They're not really humans, but they look like humans, and they have like spiky hair, and they're like fighting each other. They have like energy blasts that are like like shooting them at the enemy, and they like fight super fast. It's like lightning speed or whatever. Like it was so that kind of stuff. So basically, the art that I would draw from Dragon Ball Z was the characters that were like super buff, just like in like these crazy like fighting poses or like some of that. So yeah. So it's really hard to balance doing art and working a full time job and sleep and like other normal basic human functions. Um, But one thing that I'm working on or doing right now is more of a passion project, more for fun. It's an Inktober challenge where every day there's a new like prompt. So I'm trying to do that. Um, Another thing that I'm working on is I was supposed to do pixel art for a game that me and a friend were making, and I've been pretty bad about that. Um, those are the two main things that come to mind. There's a whole bunch of other like paintings or works of art in progress, but that's it. Yeah. If my life was a book pertaining to me with art, it would be called "What is Art?" As in, I haven't 100% found my style. Um, you know how with a certain artist you can be like, oh, this artist does caricatures very well, and that's how they're known. I haven't found that yet, and that's what I'm still trying to discover that. I'm still trying to figure out what is best for me, and I've explored so many different kinds of things, um, and also like my history with art. Like I always thought I was good, but I never thought I was like good enough to sell art. And two things now, like I do it more of a passion thing, and that's the way it always should be. And I know like artists have to make ends meet a lot of times. Fortunately, I have another job. Unfortunately, it kind of cuts into my time to do art. And second is I never thought I had I never thought I was good enough and to sell art or to have a career in art, but now I don't care, which is a really good thing. A good thing in a I don't care in a good way. Like if I draw this picture and it's bad, I'll upload it. If I get like three likes, it's not the end of the world. Whereas before I'd be like, oh my god, why only people don't like my art? Like that's whatever. Would I say it is important to be patient during the creative process? I believe that there needs to be a balance. Sometimes an idea or inspiration comes fast and at the most random of times, and you would need to act quickly to make note of it. Some raw ideas are not so great at a second glance or might need a little bit more time to be refined. Also, coming back to a project that you felt frustrated on with a fresh pair of eyes might make the project look a lot better than you originally thought. There have been so many times where I was working on something and I was like, I really don't like this. I'm gonna throw it away. This is trash. And I'll just leave it alone, and then I'll come back to it a day or two, maybe a week, again, and look at it and you know realize I was overly critical of my work. But going back to the question, uh, so if you're working with clients, you have deadlines and you have budgets, and in that aspect, with considering that aspect, you have to work more efficiently. So there needs to be a balance in the creative process, and it depends on the situation and what you want to accomplish. But for me, it's leaning more towards patience being important in the creative process. Where can you find more of my work? All right, well, I'll tell you. Uh, the first one is my Instagram. It's a little weird, but bear with me, okay? So it's instagram.com /K period 0 period BA /. To find some really old animations I did like way back in the day. Find me on newgrounds.com. The link for that is no no the b dot newgrounds.com. I mean that's like old Flash animations and stuff. I mean it's pretty cool, but it's like I was a little youngin and I didn't know. Anyways, it's dope. Regarding goals, you definitely want to like set a goal and try and accomplish it. But it shouldn't end there. It should You should always try and have goals for yourself in life. Um, but it should be a process, and you accomplish your first goal and kind of build off of that. Make it a little bit harder, a harder challenge for yourself. See, and then see what works and see what doesn't work, and build off of those things. So in future projects and in future goals. So yeah, this has been a lot of fun. Check out the rest of the other artists featured on this YouTube channel. They're really good. And thank you again for checking me out. Thanks. Have a good day. Bye.